Hey guys, in this video we're going to take this quadratic graph and we are going to write the equation of the parabola in factored form. Again, here it's just kind of to get a general idea of quadratics and how they work. So the first thing I want to observe is that this parabola is opening down. And what does that tell me about the equation? It tells me that in standard form, the value of a is going to be negative. Okay, so I know it's going to be negative because my parabola is going downwards. So a, whatever it is in standard form, has to be negative. 2. I would normally try to see what my y-intercept is, but for this one we cannot see it, so we cannot write our y-intercept. So C is unknown based on the graph. Again, this is just kind of to get a general idea of how to look at a graph, how to write the graph. So the third step, I think this is the most important one out of this one, is that we're going to use our x-intercepts to help us write our factors. So here's our x-intercepts. Our x-intercepts is x equals 6 and x equals 8 because that is where the graph crosses the x-axis. If those are our x-intercepts, this is where we have to kind of work backwards to find our factors. X equals 6. Well, the only way we can get x equals 6 is if we have x minus 6. And the only way we can get x equals 8 is if we got x minus 8. So these were our factors. So our equation could look something like x minus 6 times x minus 8. But remember that we said a is negative. Here we don't have a negative in the front. So that means that there is some letter a that is negative that is multiplied into this equation, which gives us the graph. Alright, so let's go ahead and try another example. Let's see what we can conclude about this one. Take a second, try to put some facts together. So for the first fact, we know that a is positive because it's opening up. So we know our a is going to be positive. For the second thing, I wanted y'all to look at the y-intercept, but this one does not have a y-intercept that we can see, so the y-intercept is unknown. But the most important piece here is our x-intercepts. Our x-intercepts are x equals 3 and x equals 6. If these are our x-intercepts, our factors, which gave us x equals 3, is x minus 3 and x minus 6. Notice that it is the opposite. This one was positive, so in the factor it's negative. This one was positive, so in the factor it was negative, and vice versa. So if those are our factors, a possible equation for our function is going to be x minus 3 times x minus 6. And of course, there could be a GCF on the outside, the letter A, that we don't know about, but we're not going to go too much into detail with that. So let's go ahead and look at another example. Here's one with negatives. So first, I noticed that my A is positive because it's opening up. The arrows are going up. My y-intercept is given here. My y-intercept is 4. So my C equals 4 because I'm given the y-intercept right here. And now we need to do our x-intercepts. Be very careful not to get confused with the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts. My first x-intercept is x equals negative 1, and my second x-intercept is x equals negative 3. If those are my x-intercepts, now I gotta find my factors. Again, pause the video if I'm going way too fast for you. Rewind it, kind of try to see where you got lost, and let me know if you have any questions. We have x equals negative 1, so that makes it x plus 1. And we got x equals negative 3, and that makes it x plus 3. So we got f of x equals x plus 1 and x plus 3. And then again, there has to be some value out here because this will not give us a value of c equals 4. It's going to give us a value of c equals 3. So I put the a there to kind of say that there's some GCF sometimes that we don't know what it is. But in this one, we could find it, but I'm not going to require you guys to find it. Just make sure you put a positive a on the front because it is opening up. All right, let's go ahead and do one more. Oh, never mind. That's it. So I hope this video was semi-helpful, between going from the x-intercepts to factors to function. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day, guys. Bye.